All right, YouTube, Facebook, ready to roll here. Awesome. Okay, going a little slow on YouTube, but so far so good doing it downstairs, even though my bird is upstairs screaming his head off. Let's let everybody get on board and we'll start. Okay. Okay. How we doing? Everyone's coming on board, I see. Let's wait here and see what's going on. It is cold in Connecticut. We have our first snow. I'll write that on my calendar. First snow tonight. Came down pretty good in Shelton. Here in Derby, we really didn't get much or anything, really. I just think a little smattering of precipitation. Actually came down pretty good in Shelton, which is literally across the bridge. I would say one town over, but I could walk there pretty fast, actually. So, quiet. I think our week leading into Thanksgiving, and given the midterms being over, and feels like a big post-event letdown going on. And not letdown in terms of people being disappointed. I think it just feels flat. Like there were no winners, honestly. And I say that because gas prices, food prices, heating, well, here in Connecticut, we just learned that utility companies will be raising rates again. So they're going to be going up, electricity is going to be going up exponentially. And so it's like, okay, the election's over with, but we're still left with the same world that we, Hey, Gail, how you doing? All right, everyone's coming on. Hey, Rosemary. So it's a sense of, okay, well, that's over with, but what do you do? That's exactly how it feels to me. And I think what I'm hearing from other people is the day-to-day problems, the day-to-day issues of everyday life, added on to the crises that many people find themselves in. Hey, Kay. A lot of difficult breakups this past week in terms of the readings. Oh, it just a lot of, well, crises. I don't want to call anybody out, excuse me, but being fired from jobs, being let go from jobs. A lot of people are worried about the holidays coming up. I think a lot of people are going to be really scaling back in a dramatic way, which I think is very appropriate personally, given the times. And you might say, oh, Laura, you own a shop. Aren't you worried? And I'm like, no, because my prices are so low. And honestly, I'm not worried. I've already weathered a recession and had never thought we really recovered from the first one in 2000, 2008, 2007, 2008, in many respects. And so knowing, having had time to get through COVID and having had time to, think about the future, and had thought, okay, maybe I'll do online, which I hate online. I hate selling online. I don't like doing online classes. And honestly, as you can tell, I've been doing these videos now for almost 4 years, it turns out. I really have. I think I got consistent with them. No, I was always consistent. Who am I kidding? But, they really settle into a rhythm and a format, I would say. More with 3 years. They were a little more haphazard when I first started. But no, I really, it'll be okay. We'll get through it. We'll all get through it. Hi, honey. Hi, Dee. How are you? Hi, Karen. And the Fridays keep rolling around just like clockwork, fast. Man, they go really fast. So this week, I think I talked about it this week, Thursday night, my son Roy came home from college sick. He had some sort of tonsillitis, but it was absolutely hideous to behold. It was horrible. So I think part of this week I kind of spent in a daze. He finally went back to college on Tuesday, brought him back up on Tuesday. So that was my day Tuesday, pretty much up and back to Boston. And he was pretty sick. He's on some mega antibiotics and probiotics because it's such a strong antibiotic that it kills off everything in your body and it can leave you other problems. So tonsillitis, I had Coxsackie virus when I was his age, and that was horrible. This was worse, I think. It was awful, and infected tonsils and up and down the throat, and he couldn't swallow and he couldn't eat, and it wasn't cool. So that was my week, and pretty much, and I don't know how this kid managed to bring home every piece of dirty laundry he had, but he did. He packed that in the truck on the way home, on the way here. So really, my whole living room was full of dirty laundry, and then clean laundry as I was getting through it all. So that was fun. I know. Thank you, Halls. Okay. Daisy's going through something similar, Halls. That's interesting. You say that. Hey, Martha. Okay. Yeah. People have been, I'm going to say this, people are acting out sexually. Maybe it's because we're moving into Scorpio season and there's something there with that, but I didn't look at, but it's funny you say that. And thank you for sharing things like that because it helps me get a feel for what's happening energetically in a bigger sense of the word. But maybe that is part of Scorpio season coming up. I was going to say that the new moon next Wednesday in Sagittarius moon, it's one day into Sagittarius season. And it's, hi Elise, how are you? And it's going to be a nice new moon. It's a nice new moon. So I've often showed you guys how to, I'm too old for this crap. Yeah, I hear you. I listen to, oh my goodness. I don't want to go into details with her because it's something that she's going to have to get through it. It's just how people are behaving badly. But, and I don't say it casually like that. Trust me, talking to her and the situation is different than I'm going to portray it on social media. Not really happy. But, so, what else? The new moon, okay, in Sagittarius on Wednesday. And I've shown you guys a few times how to find out on your chart using astro.com. It's if you look on the YouTube channel and on my Facebook channel, I under videos, under Talisman and Cauldron, I've shared this a few times, how to look at your chart and how to find out where things land on that day. So if you go to the 23rd of November, astro.com, do the transits, you'll see where the new moon is landing, what house Sagittarius is in your personal chart. And in that house, you're going to find great luck, a sense of moving forward, new beginnings, forgiveness, if that's something that you're dealing with, or the idea of forgiveness, second chances, and a really nice energy for a new moon. Just delightful. It should be very nice. So something else I'm going to be introducing here to the shop, and I was going to do it last weekend, and just my kid coming home kind of threw me off the track. But I've always made new moon candles. I have not made them for a while yet. But I'm getting back to making my little new moon tea candles. And I'm going to combine the money new moon candles with the abundance checks that I've never done here. It's just going to be part of the package. Abundance checks are interesting from a personal experience. I know people who have had sublime luck with them. And when I was thinking of doing my own version of them, a version of them with the new moon, because it's a new moon thing. It's not a full moon thing. It's a new moon thing. But, if you look up on YouTube, Carrie, oh my gosh, my brain, Jim Carrey and Oprah, abundance check. Turns out Jim Carrey, the actor, wrote himself an abundance check when he was making nothing. He was going broke. It was before he became, well, Pet Detective is the movie that launched him. And he wrote himself, he talked to Oprah about this on Oprah's show, how he wrote himself a check for $10 million and he dated it within 2 years. Within 2 years, he dated it, he wrote the check out. Watch the video, please. It's a short video. And he dated $10 million within 2 years, abundance check. And sure enough, he landed Pet Detective just before that 2-year window ended, and his first check was $10 million exactly. So it's a really cool story if you check it out. Hey, Deb. I'm sorry. This is from Halls. So something to think about doing. You can actually make a copy of one of your own checks in your checkbook. Like I said, or go online. You can print out. If you look up images of abundance checks, there's a whole bunch of different versions that are copyright free. You can print off one of those. You can do one of two things with abundance checks. You can write them out and burn it with a candle on the new moon, and replace it with another check. Same check, but again, just a new fresh one. Or you can write one check, which would probably be my choice. He kept that one check in his wallet for those whole 2 years. He would take it out, he'd reflect on it, but the idea that check would come due within 2 years time, you date it. And then there's some people say you don't date it because now you're limiting the universe. I don't know. You take something that shouldn't have rules on it, that doesn't have a strictly ritualistic, this is how we've always done it this way. Well, this is a new idea. This is new magic. The idea of checks in general. So this is an old magic. It is manifestation. But I hate to think you have to do it a certain way. Do I think you could dress it with abundance oils or money oils? Of course you could. But the idea of, I would date it personally. I would put a date on it, and I would put a realistic dollar amount on it that, would pay off. If say you want to pay off your house, or say you want a specific amount of money coming into you. That's the money you want to do. I've always heard, and I believe, that the universal divine really hates greed. It gives us what we need, not necessarily what we want. And I was just talking earlier today to someone about, why can't you give, or why can't they give you winning lottery numbers? Why can't that, be something that you could manifest or come through for the reading? And I'm like, numerology. Now, I had an uncle who was a big numerologist. My grandfather, who was a semi-professional gambler and a successful one, was big into numerology. He learned it from my uncle, who taught him some principles of numerology. If you're into gambling and money, that's a numbers thing. And there are lucky numbers. There are energetically charged numbers that can help direct you. So numerology, not my specialty. China does know a lot about numerology. So she's the person I go to. You want to ask her for some book ideas or some references, you can get your chart done. Numerological, well, you know what I'm saying. Your number chart, and see what your different numbers are for. I'm trying to think, because I've seen my chart. China did do my chart. But there's your birth numbers, and then there's your life path numbers, and okay, it's cool. It's a cool idea, and it does. It doesn't speak to me the same way it does to some people, but it makes sense. Hold on. Let's see what we have here. You're tired too, huh, Erin? I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Rosemary, thank you for such good advice too. That's wonderful. I love. Someone came in earlier this week, Wednesday, and was talking about how much they enjoy the show, that they watch it, and that they enjoy this banter that we have developed. This is something that also has evolved over time, where people, sign in, and it's nice to answer questions and have really some interesting talks going on, both me talking this way, but with you amongst yourselves as well. And I try to share the comments from Facebook. There are more people watching on Facebook than YouTube. Although I think it catches up. People do watch on YouTube, in the days following. But yeah, so just so you know that one of our listeners here is talking about having been harassed at work and getting some advice about how to deal with that. Excuse me, here's my mouth. It's making me crazy. You're off Facebook. Okay. It's, well, thank you, Keith. Thank you for that. So anyways, yeah, check it out. Go on. So a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, actually a mentor of mine, I'm not going to use her name, but it's somebody that has helped me in my own magical studies. She was a veteran, had hit some very hard times, not through any fault of her own, but having come through, having been hurt, wound up in a poor living situation, raised somebody's children for them. As things go bad, and you wind up in a situation. And she firmly did her abundance checks. And she, over the course of, I don't know how many years, she was living in a camper. And then she was able to upgrade that camper. She cleaned it, she fixed it, she, did all this work to it and working. And the camper became a single wide. And the single wide was an absolute train wreck, and holes and everything else. And she fixed it and she cleaned it and she took care of it and she repaired it and was able to sell it for a much bigger. And then, the Trump administration, yeah, she did get her, and she's a Republican, and she's always said they kept their promise to their veterans, or he kept his promise, because money that she was owed came through, and she was able to buy a place up north, and it was her dream home. But I mean, this is a woman who worked and struggled and never lost faith, but she truly, her deities and abundance checks. And she says, I'm telling you, this works, but you have to, every new moon, work with this energy, and it's going to get better, and it gets better incrementally. You may not land all in your lap at once. Like I said, with regard to winning the lottery, they do say, and by they, I mean in general, not just divine wisdom, but other traditions, other faith paths, that the greatest challenge in our human form in this lifetime is sudden great wealth. Sudden great wealth. And great wealth. I don't mean like a 10,000 or 100,000. I mean great wealth. And if you look at the records, the books written on Curse of the Lottery, and it will usually ruin your life. Very few people pass the test. It's a test of character, and people say things like, oh, I would do so much good. Oh, no, I would donate. Oh, no, I would make it. And then they win the money, and everything is done. Their marriage is over. Money is, for many people who win the lotteries wind up bankrupt X number of years later. Now, there is a great story of a couple in England that won it twice. Twice they won big lottery. And the first one, they gave half the money away after taxes, half the money, kept half of it, invested it, did what they needed to do, gave to their kids, they kept that. And then a couple of years later, they won it again. They won the lottery again, and this time they gave all of it away. And they are happy, still married, still good. Their needs are met, they're pleased. But the idea of sudden great excessive wealth is said to be one of the greatest challenges of a human incarnation. Most fail it. So if you're wondering why you don't win that lottery, there could be a reason for it. Maybe just be saving your life. Hi. Allie's off too. Okay, Allie. Let me just see something. Okay, well, we're still talking about that situation. Okay. I'm just looking at the comments. They're working through this situation with the coworker and the harassment. Okay. All right, guys. So that's what's going on. So please, I don't know if you, I really hate doing another video, but if you go on YouTube, if you go on Facebook videos for Talisman and Cauldron, look on the videos and you'll see. Besides this video, how to check your chart, your birth chart. It's really easy to do, but you want to see where the new moon is landing, what house is Sagittarius, and then that house is where you're going to find that good luck, fresh start, forgiveness, new beginnings, really a nice new moon. So you want to work with this energy. And then, of course, if you want to do abundance checks, again, on YouTube, Oprah and Jim Carrey abundance checks. All right? All right. So what else? Anybody else have anything going on? Anybody want to talk about anything that's happened this week or Anything else in the news or going on in personal life? All right, Lou, I do my best. I do. So if there's nothing, I'm going to start reading cards. Okay, you don't have checks. So like I said, if you go online and online, just write in images of abundance checks. You can print one off. You do want to have the paper check though. You don't want to do it online, just all online. So, I mean, if push comes to shove, you probably can write your own out. At least you'll see what they look like, and then you could probably make your own if you want to, a piece of paper. So there's that too. I'm pretty sure that's okay. If you can't print one out. And like I said, my plan is to do this, the new moon, a money candle, but have a check attached to it so people would have it. Oh, yay! I'm so glad you found the house. Yay! Thank you for sharing that. And it's one of those days because it was a really exhausting week. Nope, it's a different thing. The wishing paper is different. Wishing paper is more full moon and wishing, but the abundance check is different. So I know I'm trying to split hairs here. It would be different though. You would keep that abundance check in your wallet. I know I said some people do burn it every month, but I would think you would just do it and keep it and put some oil on it if you want to. But I would keep that check. I think that's how Jim Carrey did his. He just wrote the one check and kept it. But my friend with the house and that did it and upgraded and things kept getting better, and I believe she did a new check every month. So I'm this isn't part of my tradition. This isn't something that. Okay, great. I'm so happy. I'm looking at this house thing. You know what? That I wouldn't worry about. So I'm going to share this. Kia saying, I always get scared to work with things for asking for money. I don't want anything bad to happen in order to get money. And that's fair, except that think of money, and this took me a long time. Think of money as energy. So you're asking for energy, for energetic health. That's all money is. Without money, the lights don't go on. Without money, the food isn't in the fridge, gas isn't in the car, all that good stuff. When I changed my headset to looking at money as energy, things got a lot easier for me because money just felt negative, and that's just a headset. We grew up with it, and a lot of guilt and a lot of, you're never good enough. And listen, it's a Christian thing too. I'm not going to lie to you. Even as the church is asking for money every week, they remind us that it's the root of all evil, and it's like, and greed is terrible, and it's not, but anything in excess is out of balance. Thank you. Perfect. But Rosemary, exactly. It can be daunting, and there's a fear that someone's going to die and leave me money. Someone's going to get hurt and I'm going to make money, that's not. No, that's not it at all. Just imagine money as water, and water flowing without effort, flowing through a river, through a creek, through a stream, just flowing towards you abundantly and easily. That's what you're asking. You're just asking for that stream to come your way. Okay? And that really helped me a lot. Okay, good. Don't be afraid to ask what you need. It's when we start asking for everything we want, like children making ridiculous Christmas lists, no. But if you need X amount of money to pay your bills and make things right, and then yeah, do what you got to do. All right? You're welcome, honey. So anyways, getting back over here on YouTube, talking about a house that I had predicted, or saw you getting. A few people have come in this week, and it's really nice when I'm really tired, and there are days I'm like, oh my God, just I do this, and And especially when the readings are tough, like I've been breakups and there's some very difficult readings and people have been really agitated and angsting and, you know, it is nice to hear when someone comes in, Laura, oh my God, you know that job? It happened. Or, hey, you know what? You told me to relax. He called. We're doing fine. And, you know, that's the stuff. It does help. It does make me feel like it's making a difference. And I do love what I do. It's not that. It's just everyone needs sometimes that little boost, and it is exactly it. So thank you for sharing that with me. I want to know when things don't work out. I want to know when I miss something. For God's sake, I always want to know. But you know, it is nice to know that it took a little while, but here it is. All right. So I am shuffling cards if there's no more questions, and I'm happy to answer them. And I guess this week we start with Pisces, right? We started with Aries last week. Sorry, Aaron. Okay, Keith, thank you. The court case got dropped. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad. Hey, listen, you know, I talk about the fact that times are getting tough, and they are. And I talk about the idea of a recession or worse. And yeah, it doesn't look great. And yes, these things are happening. But it's also important to remember that Disneyland opened during the Depression. A lot of amazing things happened during the Great Depression, and people did make money and businesses did open. It's just a matter of realizing when money is tight, people aren't going to spend huge chunks of money if they're not eating, if they don't have their basics met. But if you've made things affordable, they're not going to forget that, and people still are going to want to be entertained. They're still going to want, but you're going to have to recognize the fact that, and some of these folks that charge a lot of money for readings, people aren't going to have it, you know. You've got to read the room, as we say. Okay. But and we see it. It's funny, but the last recession in Burt well, because I opened my shop in 2007 and 2008, 2009. That's when the whole Wall Street crisis and all that good stuff was going on, and the recession. And it was lean. It was tough. But sorry, we saw people. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Aaron. I know you're in Aries. But anyways, the way it trickles down, you know, wealth doesn't trickle down, but poverty sure does, you know. And so women who were used to getting their hair done every week or massages every week, now they're going like once every few weeks. Or and other women who were used to getting their hair colored, now they're coloring their own hair. People that were used to going to high salons to get haircuts, now they're going to Supercuts. It just keeps now you're doing your own nails. You're not getting your nails done. I mean, from the very highest. I've got friends who work in very high-end salons, Greenwich, Westport, and everyone saw the trickle down, and that is a fact. You know, people that were used to, you know, buying high-end shoes and, you know, and bags and, you know, Neiman Marcus, and now they're going to the outlet stores and they're still getting their high-end stuff, but they're getting them priced a lot differently. So that's important to remember too, that we're going to see that trickle down. One of my dear friends, you know, reads in Salem, and they all raised their prices for readings. All the shops in Salem, they went up, and the way they do it, they all agree, and they all raise them, so they're all consistent. So all the shops charge the same. And this year, she said, people came in and asked how much, and it was not the same business because they just crossed that line. It's too much. Jess, I usually don't do privates like that. What they're talking about is they come into the shop or they get a reading. I'm going to read the signs. I don't know what sign you are, but we'll see what happens when I'm reading the cards. But I don't usually throw cards for individual. Like I don't have time. This gets really late. But I'm not trying to elicit a reading from you. That's not what I'm doing at all. But I let's see what happens when I throw for your sign. Okay. I've been in business now for 16 years almost, And I do $5 walk-in readings. I do private readings. I do phone readings. And a lot of people I've known a lot of the people that are talking right now. We've watched kids grow up together. I've been around long enough that you've watched my youngest grow up. I've watched your kids grow up. It's amazing. We're in the store today, and kids are out of college. I knew them when they were in high school. I knew them when they were in middle school, for God's sake. So it's been fun being part of community and creating community. All right, so we are going to start with Pisces. No, I know it's okay, Libra. It's okay, Jess. I wasn't. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I know that was misleading because I'm talking about people and predictions and stuff. So I didn't want to mislead you either. But I go through the 12 zodiac signs, and we're usually here for, God knows, a couple hours. Okay. What time is it now? Yeah, it's 11:15. So rambling away. So for anyone who's new, I do a 6-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a triangle. Top card is the situation. The next 2 cards are what are directly impacting the situation, and the last 3 cards are the outcome cards. If you read tarot, and I used to teach tarot, I love teaching tarot. My room here is too small. Can't space people out. Hi, Leslie. I cannot space people out. So I haven't taught since COVID. But I do read these Tarotscopes to teach. So I encourage people, if they read tarot or they're learning tarot, I'm going to tell you the cards I'm pulling, and please, you throw the cards, okay? And see how you interpret them. I'm telling you how I interpret them. And since this is on video, you can re-listen to it again and see what you pull, okay? So for Pisces, dear. Good thing it's not a game of poker, huh? Because I make these faces when I'm throwing cards like, it's be very bad for poker. Okay. All right. So for Pisces, we have the top card. Angle I'm on here. The 3 of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Ace of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed. Ace of Pentacles, Wheel reversed, Emperor reversed. The way I read these cards is, well, a lot about career. I want to say someone who's not working in their field of study, someone who is not working in the field that suits them, and it's not going very well. They don't like what they're doing, and they're not making the money they should be making doing it. Judgment reversed. What I'm seeing with the Wheel reversed, Emperor reversed, is a change of a venue. I'm seeing a change of it could be the business you're in that they're just running it very badly and you need to get out because it's being run badly, the Emperor reversed. But I am seeing the Ace of Pentacles, which is the best money card. I want to say making a change, a reversal of the direction you're going in, either changing your career direction, the field you're in, or who you're working for. It's time for a change. It's not working. That's plain. That's just not working here. It's time for some new ideas, some new fresh. Hey Susan, how are you? New fresh energy. I'm going to say my own shop. I'm looking at new product lines. It's time for a refresh. Time for a reboot. Putting away the summer stuff, looking to replace with some new stuff. For the holidays, January, February, getting some new stuff going on. It's time for a new headset, new ideas, because the passion isn't there. It's not. But the money, the potential for money is, Pisces. The potential is you're just going in the wrong direction. Okay, let's redirect yourself, and remember, you have to love what you're doing. Money flows a lot better when you do. One more card for clarity. Now the 6 of Cups. I want to say, okay, so good. It's validating that it's not about your home life. This is about work. This isn't about changing where you live or who you live with or what you're doing. This is about work and career direction. Okay, time to think about changing either the where you're working or what you're doing for work. Time for a change. Hey, Greta, okay? And I'll tell you, it's not you. It looks like you could potentially be working in an industry or in a business where it's being badly managed, and that's impacting you as well, okay? That's the case, again, get out of that place of work. All right, Aquarius. Doing good, Jennifer. We are now on Aquarius. So we're just 2 in, we're going reverse. We're going Pisces through Aries. So we're just the beginning. Okay, Aries, Aquarius. We start off with the Page of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups reversed. The 3 of Wands reversed, the Empress, and the Chariot reversed. Okay. Well, wow. A little more card for clarity. The Tower reversed. Damn. This, to me, even though there's a wand card here, it doesn't feel like work. This feels very personal to me for Aquarius. And I'm so sorry, I'm looking here. Okay. The 2 of Cups reversed is 2 people that want 2 different things. And that 10 of Swords card with that Page of Wands, it's like the energy wants to move it forward, but somebody is reluctant. The Chariot reversed, the 3 of Wands reversed. It's just not moving forward the way it needs to. Now, the way I would read these cards is a woman that's ready for the relationship to take the next step. Somebody that wants, and it could be a man that's ready for a family. It doesn't have to be a woman, but this idea of I'm ready for it to go to the next level, and someone is just saying, I don't want it now, I may never want it. And there's, and the Tower reversed is the person I'm talking about saying, okay, we're done. I'm not waiting any longer. The Tower reversed is, I'm pulling the plug. I always say the Tower card is interesting. It does speak to chaos and endings, and it can be very painful. But the Tower upright is like being served with divorce papers, and the Tower reversed is like you serve divorce papers. Now, while the ending is the same, it's divorce, right? But there's a big difference between someone serving you papers and you serving papers, right? It's the difference between someone lobbing a hand grenade at you, or you're pulling the thing and you're throwing the grenade. And in this case, it's you saying, no, I'm not waiting any longer. I'm not waiting to move this forward any longer. Could this potentially be work? Yeah, it could potentially be work. Page of Wands is creative opportunities or fresh ideas. 3 of Wands is, advancement, movement. Yeah, it could be. It just feels more like I really wanted this. And I'll tell you, it could be a woman who's saying, I'm thinking of having kids and I'm not going to wait much longer. I can't wait much longer. I'm running out of time. That is one tragic thing. Men can wait till they're in their 40s and 50s. A 50-year-old man can meet a 30-year-old woman. No one's going to blink an eye. And she could have 4 or 5 kids, right? He can have his family at 50. Women don't have that luxury. And by the time you're 35, you're usually thinking, well, if I don't, I better figure it out in the next couple of years, because after 40, it gets to be a challenge. Fertility and you can go through perimenopause, it becomes a lot harder. So the clock does start ticking at like 30. You do start thinking like, all right, But for Aquarius, this really looks like it's an impasse. It's like, okay, so if you're going to continue to block the bridge, then I'm going to blow the bridge up. How's that? You're going to continue to hold the door shut, I'm going to knock the door down. Because this is Aquarius saying you're not going to hold me in a position that I don't want to be in. All right? We don't want the same thing, and either you're going to meet me in the middle and compromise somehow, or it's over. All right? That's what I'm seeing for Aquarius. Now, every month I say the same thing, and I'm sorry because it's a broken record. Does that mean every Aquarius is in a relationship? Does that mean every Aquarius? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But very often when I'm doing readings, I'll be reading and I'll be talking about a situation and they're like, well, you know who's going through that? Not me, but my brother. And I was just thinking of my brother when I came in here. He's going through a situation. You know, she wants to have kids. He's not ready yet, doesn't think they're in a financial situation. She's forcing the issue. He's like, I can't do this. I can't risk it. Or there you go. All right. Okay. I'm just looking here. Okay, Allie. Yeah, but it's true though. You do start thinking, and then you're in a relationship. It's like, is this going to work or not? Because if it's not going to work, I got to get out of it. Because I got to either figure something out, or if I'm going to have a kid on my own, then I'll do it on my own. But I'm not going to let you have that kind of power over me. I hate to say it, having gone through 2 divorces, at some point, go to a sperm bank. Pick out that way if that's how it's going to be. Don't stick it out just to have a baby. And I'm not saying that I did. I'm just saying, like, it's just too hard. And with custody and everything else, you might as well just have your own kid than to go through all of that nonsense. All right. If you're not sure, if it's just for that reason, if you're sticking into a bad relationship just because you're going to try to have a baby, I think maybe think something different. Okay. All right. Capricorn. Queen of Cups reversed, the Fool, the Sun reversed, the World, the Moon reversed, and the Four of Cups. Wow. All right. Well, this is Capricorn disenchanted. This is Capricorn disappointed. This is Capricorn, I want to say failing, but Capricorn saying, okay, well, that didn't work. That wasn't quite what I had in mind. The Sun reversed. And what's Capricorn going to do? Just like a mountain goat does. Okay, can't climb on that part of the mountain. I guess I'm going this way. Because Capricorn will always climb. The Fool, I'm going to start over. Okay, that didn't work. Time to start over. The Fool, the World, whole new direction. A little like Pisces, but different. Because here, the Moon reversed and the Four of Cups, it feels like there's more to be revealed for Capricorn. Going in a new direction, no problem. This didn't work. Close the door. That's done. The Moon reversed and the Four of Cups. It's like, not sure what I want right now. So I'm going to head in this direction and hopefully it's going to be revealed. And now I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly. You know what I'm saying? Not that you have no direction because you're still going up. Don't get me wrong. It's not, but it's like more of a King of Swords. It's like, I'm not feeling anything right now. I'm not feeling any particular direction. It would be like, okay, my son's a great example. He just said this major that I picked out, freshman, just started college, not what I want. I've had a chance now to think about it, look at it, talk to some people, talk to my counselor, not what I want. And I'm going to be undecided right now. So he's going to stay in school. He's going to keep going forward. He's going to stay in school, but he's undecided. So he's just picking a direction, doing what he's got to do. So he continues to go up, but with no real sense of this is the destination. Okay. The King of Swords is saying this is logical, not emotional decision making. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to, go through another door. I'm going to go down another road. In the general direction I said I was going to be heading in. I'm just, I'm still headed north, but a new road. All right. It's all right. But man, it's not often the Capricorn gets caught off guard like this. It's like, well, damn. It didn't quite happen the way it was supposed to. The Sun reversed is never a happy sign. And it took you back a little bit. I think someone really disappointed you. I think somebody really turned you off of something there. All right. Yeah, just trucking along. That's a good one, Martha. Pretty much. It's okay though, because the World and the Fool, the Moon, the Sun. When you think about it, I threw an extra card here. I threw the King of Swords for a little bit of a qualifying card, but of the 7 cards I'm looking at, 4 of them are major arcana cards: the Fool, the Sun, the World, the Moon. reversed, like this didn't work. Let's see what this does. Like they say, only dead fish go with the flow. I don't think anyone ever called a Capricorn a dead fish. Okay? Sagittarius. Oh, you Sagittarians. Actually, it's funny because I have quite a few coming in for readings. It's obviously still, well, it's going into Sagittarius season. Excuse me, but the Sagittarians are starting to show up here. We got a few more days of Scorpio season. All right, Sag. Well, we have the 8 of Wands. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. I'm sorry. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. We have the 5 of Swords reversed. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. So Swords and Wands and money. Well, the 8 of Wands is a fast, quick decision, fast forward motion. Okay, we're going forward. We're going for it. We're moving. And I like the fact that we're moving forward 5 of Wands with no conflict. And we're going forward 5 of Swords, guard is down. So it's almost like a racehorse and they lower the gate and we're off. And that's a great analogy for the centaur, the racehorse analogy. I love the 2 of Wands because that is opportunity that lands in our lap. So it's like the gate, the road is clear, the gate is up, the track is clear, and there's the opportunity. 2 of Wands, the 2 of Wands is that opportunity that just kind of falls into your lap. The 8 of Swords has you bound to some extent. The 10 of Pentacles is security. So what's interesting is what's holding you back, Sag? Everything is moving forward. The road's been cleared. The gate is open. The doors are unlocked. Here you have opportunity. I'm looking at security, the 10 of Pentacles, and I'm looking at the 5 of Swords, which is absolutely bound in place. So it's like all that's happening, and someone's got you tied inside the gate. If you were a horse, you'd have the bridle tied there. Why is that? Who did that? Why are you still tethered? Why aren't you moving forward? Everything is all systems go. Countdown, the rocket's supposed to be launching. What's happening? What's happening? I'm going to throw a card for quality. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a wonderful card for success. These wand cards are creative opportunities. They're wonderful, God, entrepreneurship and creativity. And so what's holding you back? And I guess the only logical answer is you, Sag. It's you holding you back. There's nothing here to make me think that you couldn't move forward. Actually, throw one more card. 9 of Cups. What I'm not seeing here, and that was my very first cup card, is emotion. And Sag is interesting for being a fire sign. Fire signs love romance. And yes, Jennifer, I'm sure it's not Libra. Sagittarius is a romantic sign, believe it or not, for all their crazy ways. And I want to say, where's the passion? The energy is there. The will is there. The drive is there. But it's almost like sex without love. It's almost what it feels like. It's like, okay, where's the passion? Where's the heroine? Where's the hero? Where's my partner in crime? Where's my Clyde to my Bonnie, or my Bonnie to my Clyde? And I got all of this in place. I've got this beautiful dinner. Who's gonna sit at the table with me? And I gotta say, Sag, 9 of Cups is saying, I'm not just gonna have anybody. I'm not just gonna have anybody at my table. And Ace of Wands, it's all there. And I want to say with this new moon energy, this Jupiter and this wonderful abundant energy, I wouldn't be shocked if this holiday season isn't when Sag found what they were looking for. Now, could this also be I want passion in my job? It could be with all these wand cards and money. I'm sure it could be. It could be. Where's the passion? Where's the I can't wait to get to work. I can't wait to dig into my, it's wonderful to feel passionate about your work. It could be that. It could be that simple that you're doing a job that's, yeah, I've got promotional opportunities. Yeah, I've got, no one's riding me. I don't have anybody. I'm doing a good job. They love what I'm doing. I have carte blanche. No one's riding me. But I have no passion for this work. I have no passion for this work. Sometimes people in family businesses where they've been in the family business for 10 years, they know it. They certainly have no danger of losing their job. The money is there. It's great, but there's no passion. All right. And I want to say, it could be fear of the unknown. Yes, it could be. It could be. Well, like I said, you're holding you back. But it feels like passion is what's missing. That extra component. It's like someone needs to put some seasonings of bam, bam, the way they used to do with the food. It needs something to bring it to the next level. All right, Scorpio. Okay, Scorp. We start off with the King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Wands, Hierophant reversed, Justice reversed, Five of Pentacles. Fuck. Ay, ay. All right, King of Cups is great cards. A wonderful man, spiritual, kind, good friend, nurturing. And then every other card has pressure like you wouldn't believe. Ten of Wands is pressure. In many decks, it's a woman with a big, heavy burden on her head, like literally carrying this heavy burden. And in my deck, it's a man carrying 10 wands, 10 rods on his back, strapped down, a heavy load. Queen of Pentacles reversed. It could be putting money ahead of other things, or but in this case with these other cards, unfair situation, Hierophant reversed, work not what it needs to be. Five of Pentacles is never a good money card. That's bankruptcy, or the fear of bankruptcy. Justice reversed, again, unfair situation. And I want to say, okay, great, okay, so sort of the opposite of Sagittarius, okay, where it's like everything's lined up, everything's going great. What's missing is passion. In the case of Scorpio, okay, what's happening is you have this core, kind, good, this energy which is very nurturing. It's very masculine in some respects, and yet it's like everything else is just like a crushing weight, and it's a very unfair situation. It would be like as if, well, let's say a woman was working, and many women I know work as teachers, as nurses, and they're supplying the health benefits for their family. And so it's like losing the job would be losing benefits for the whole, you're carrying the burden for the family, It's like that. That's sort of, I can't fail here, but it's very unfair, and it's, oh man. The Hermit, all on you. Ten of Cups. Happy home. It's not about home, it's about work. Okay, I can absolutely say for sure it's not about home, it's about work. Ten of Cups is wonderful. It's emotional happiness, emotional support in the home. That King of Cups, wonderful card. Does it have to be a husband? It could be a father that helps you out. It could be, but it's a really kind patriarchal energy, But in terms of what's going on for you, it's not sickness. It's money, and it's about pressure, and it's about a big weight on you that you carry alone, Scorpio. And I guess the only thing I can tell you with these cards, I'm going to throw one more card for clarity. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. An uneducated decision. All right. Time to go back to school. Time to, it looks like you tried to make an educated decision and it was a miss. The Eight of Pentacles is working in your field. The Eight of Pentacles is educated decision. When I see this card, when it comes up with like health issues, like if I say I saw the Empress from the little tarot card 101. Let's say the Empress reversed, a sick woman. And I'd say, gee, it looks like, is your mother sick? Is your grandmother sick? And my grandmother's been very sick. And I saw this card, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, laying next to it. I said, was she misdiagnosed? Is part of the reason why she's so sick is they missed something? Yes, they were treating her for this, and all along she had that. It's misdiagnosis. It's an error in judgment, but it's a financial, and it's an uneducated. It's an it's an educated decision that was wrong. How's that? Oh man, Scorpio. It also means you got to go back to square one. Back to square one. All right. A lot of people went into real estate, and they went into real estate at the very end. And a few people, I said, the market's changing, things are changing. And what happened was, and all you heard was, oh no, it's always going to be good. Real estate. I'm like, my mother's did real estate. Real estate is cyclical, always ups and downs. 7-year cycle, real estate. No. I'm like, if those interest rates change, it's going to change the market. And what happened? Rates went up. People aren't buying. It doesn't matter what kind of inventory there is in terms of houses, okay? So, and I want to say, so people made where they were told we had educated a good decision. They went into real estate and they're finding out, okay, I'm not making any money in real estate. That's the problem. Not everybody, just some people, I'm saying. All right? All right, Libra. Okay. Okay. The Magician reversed. The Lovers. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Ace of Swords. The Seven of Wands reversed. The Knight of Swords. So basically, the way I see these cards, well, stop. I didn't even start reading, Jennifer. Calm down. The way I see these cards is a philosophical difference. And it's something that can be resolved, Libra. But it's going to require someone has to stand down, and it's going to require a lot of conversation, a lot of discussion. The Lovers is always a good card. The Magician reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed. This is a surmountable problem. Okay, it's surmountable. You can get past this because the love is there, but there is a situation where now it's possible that the problem is brought about by a child or offspring. You may be struggling over a decision. Oh, I did Pisces first, Darlene. I'm sorry, Darlene. I apologize. First was I'm doing backwards. So Pisces through, and now I'm on Libra. It could be people who are arguing over a young person, a kid. Just one is saying it could be as simple as the kid wants to go to college. I think he should go. No, he shouldn't go. He needs to stay local. I don't want him leaving the state. That sort of thing. Okay, it could be that. That doesn't feel necessarily authentic, but it feels like it's something that, I want to go north, you want to go south. Retirement. I want, it's nothing that can't be compromised. This compromise is the answer here. Compromise is the answer, but it really is two people who are digging in their heels and saying, I want the way I want it. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords. It's about communication. if you want to fix this thing, and it does feel all about a relationship, it really does. It's going to require compromise and conversation. It's not worth fighting over. It really isn't. It can be resolved. There's more than two ways to see this. The magician reverse is suggesting that you're not letting yourself be open to other possibilities. You're both knuckling down to something, and you're saying, oh no, it has to be this, and saying, oh no, it has to be that. And there's option number 3 that you aren't even seeing. It's right there. Okay. But I'm still seeing communication. I'm seeing an end to conflict. Okay. All right. That's what I got for Libra here. I'm laughing. I've got a very dear friend, and she and her husband both are dear friends, and they're both Libras. And I guess she wanted a puppy. They have the most adorable dogs, and she wanted a third dog. And she told me, he's like, no, we don't need another dog. We do need a third. And they're these adorable little dogs that they have. And the breeder had a litter. And she was like, no, we're getting a third. And I guess he was adamant, no. Well, they were driving home from New York with their new puppy. And she goes, guess who bonded with puppy? Guess who is totally all over this puppy but him? He's totally, and I'm not surprised because he's wonderful. But anyway, but that was a nice version of that, where it was like, oh, there's I have to say there was no third option. There really was just the puppy, but I guess that's enough. I forget what they have. They're miniature something. They look like miniature border collies. What does she have? Patty, what are those? What's that breed? They are so tiny. They're little. They're like that big. They're not Shelties, but they're little miniature. They look like little miniature. They're not miniature border collies. What do they look like? They're like, I remember maybe that breed of that dog. But they're wonderful little dogs. So yes, that was option number 3 was a third puppy. How's that? 2 Libras. Is that just perfect or what? Can you imagine 2 Libras just debating all day long? Oh my goodness. Actually, they're very happy. There's a lovely couple. Lovely marriage. All right, Virgo. You're welcome, Jennifer. I'm glad. Well, I guess I'm glad it's accurate. I guess I'm happy. Okay, Virgo. We start off with Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords. All right, this is good. Love Temperance because that's balance, literally. That's the balance card. Knight of Pentacles, money coming in. 6 of Pentacles, people paying. People, if you have a business, feel like the business is flourishing. If someone owed you money, they're paying. Love that idea. This idea of getting past disappointment. And the 7 of Pentacles has you wanting to leave, but not able to leave. Okay, 7 of Pentacles reversed, I should say. It's like, I want to get the hell out of here. Maybe it's the winter time. Maybe it's just you'd like to leave. It's not time to leave. And I'll tell you, it's not time to leave partly because it looks like business is going well or money is flowing. As I always say, you don't kill the goose when it's laying golden eggs. So you wouldn't close a business and leave if things are going really well right now. Stay and make the money is what I'm seeing. Okay, balance and money. And I'm going to say, because Virgo is very logic driven, and I'm looking at the Queen of Swords, which is all about logic and common sense. And I'm going to say Virgo is like, okay, this is working right now. I'm going to stay the course. I'm not going to make changes. I'm going to, maybe you're a little disappointed, or maybe you were hoping for something a little different, but you're going to stay because you were ready for a change. And then it's like, well, maybe I won't. Okay. But balance, money, all good stuff. I'm going to throw one more card. Yeah, Page of Swords. Communication. I want to say the Page of Swords also could be bringing in news. If you're waiting for news, about how to move forward, or where your next stop is going to be, where your next is coming. You know, you kind of, okay, I was disappointed, I'm not going the way I thought I was going to go, but oh wait, oh, here we go, hold on. Yeah, maybe I will visit my sister in Colorado Springs. I've never been there. Let me go check that out. You know, it feels like there's a new opportunity coming up. It's good. All right. If you were disappointed because something didn't pan out, or something didn't happen, or you were hoping it was going to move forward, or even you were hoping you were moving, and now it's like, no, I guess I'm not gonna, because things are going really well at the moment. That's okay. It's just the moment. I feel like this new, fresh information is going to take you in a whole new direction. Just be open to it. All right. All right. Leo. Leo, we have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups reversed, the Devil, and the Three of Swords. Wow. Wow. That sucks. Shit. Give me a sec. All right. Well, the Devil next to the Three of Swords is somebody that's really hurt you. First of all, and that's why I said what I said. The Devil next, someone broke your heart, or someone really hurt you emotionally. And I got to tell you, the worst part, it looks like it did it intentionally, Leo. It's intentionally causing someone pain, which is hurtful. The Nine of Swords is reversed. Nine of Swords reversed is recognizing, and again, next to the Seven of Cups reversed, the reality of the situation is this is a person that you may love very much, and actually it may even have been your own child. I'll be honest with this Page of Cups here, your own kid may have done this to you. Just put a knife right in your heart. I'm going to hope it's your child's father or mother that's doing it, not your child, but or it could be suffering over the child. But there's a sense of loving someone who really had the opportunity to hurt you and took it. The good news is, like we always say this, I say this, and I am that witch. Once you put a knife in my back, or you put a knife in my heart, here's the problem for you, my friend. I have the knife now. And when I pull this thing out, now I'm holding the knife. And trust me, you're going to get your knife back. Trust me, okay? So really for Leo, with the Four of Cups, the Four of Swords, it's like this terrible thing has happened. Now I know. Now I know. Logically, I may have delusioned myself to think you cared. I may have delusioned myself to believe that you were different, or you changed, or you weren't. Now I see how it really is. That Linda Ronstadt song just started singing in my head. You know, you're no good. You're no good. You're no good. That's what I'm hearing. But the good thing is now you can rest with it. Now you're like in a state of respite. Now you can sit there and say, okay, now I know. And this recovery, this respite, that's the Four of Swords is here. That's the best I can do for you, Leo. I don't know what else to say. Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, if there was a trip planned, it ain't happening now. There's a sense of being homesick possibly too with that card. You may be wishing, if you moved because someone talked you into moving, or if you left home, went to live with somebody thinking, okay, and then, you know, it was a terrible experience and you've extracted yourself from the experience, or now you got to start over. And I guess that's the theme of a lot of these, is the idea of starting over, a new beginning, a new door, a new path. You know, whether you're running up to it like Sag, you know, like the centaur that you are, just pulling an anchor or something, or you're limping along or crawling up to it like Leo apparently here, or you're patiently waiting for it like Virgo. You know, this idea of changes in the way, and Change is coming, but they're good. They're good. I mean, it's good to be in recovery and not be in the throes of the pain. It's good when you finally open your eyes and you see something for what it really is. And you say, okay, well, at least I know now. Hey, Linda. All right. Now, again, does that mean every Leo is dealing with that awful thing? Of course not. Maybe it's your brother or sister whose kid just put a knife in their heart. Maybe it's your best friend, you know? Maybe it's, you know, you've just watched your one of your siblings do it to your own mother, and you're just standing there on the sidelines going, shit, you really hurt mom. You just cut her to the quick. You know, you talked her into selling her house and living with you, and then you treat her like shit. Now she's saying, I can't live with you anymore. Or you're trying to put this, man, I hear this all the time. Now you want to put her in a home because you can't take the responsibility after she sold her house and gave you the money. I mean, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about here. I'm talking about like, wow, did you really buffalo me? And God, I hate that. Do you know how many times I hear that story? Mommy is going to live with me. Mommy's going to sell the house and stay with me. And we're going to use the money from the house to put on an addition. And she's going to live with me and I'm going to take care of her. And then the addition gets built and mommy moves in. And 3 months later, you know, this is a lot harder and I have to work and she needs more. It's like people who go adopt a dog and then they're like it's not a dog because you can't put people in kennels. Oh, this is more than I thought it would be. She's really not happy. Fuck you. You know, really, that just makes me nuts. I remember being at an event because I used to work for the state, as you know, and I worked for a human services agency. And I have always run my mouth, guys, since I was a little girl, as a teenager, as a young adult, and never shut up. I don't have it in me. And I've got a Sag moon, man. I have to say I will call you out on hypocrisy. It's my biggest problem in life. I can't stand a goddamn hypocrite. And the conversation was about welfare moms and how terrible they drain the system. Welfare moms, they have baby after baby and our tax dollars, welfare moms. Ew. I listened to this for a few minutes. And, you know, I worked in a shelter. I got to know some of these moms pretty good and why they wind up in the situation they're in. And then I said, when the room got quiet, that's interesting that you're bringing up welfare moms and the drain on the tax system when statistically and financially, the real drain on our system is the elderly in nursing homes, because caring for a baby birth to 18 is nothing compared to the 24/7 round the clock hospital care of somebody who is in the state system. I said, and how many people do we know who has put their parents, their mother, whatever, after taking all the assets, after selling the house, after keeping everything for themselves, and then shoving their parents into some sort of a community or not even a community, but state system, you know, nursing home. And I said, and then the state picks up the bill after you took everything from the life savings they had. That's the drain on the system. And don't we all know someone who's done that? And the room, of course, is dead quiet. I'm like, well, am I lying? Do we not all know somebody who's done that? I mean, I took care of my family. My brother took care of our mother. We didn't do that shit. But I know lots of folks who did. And just really, you could have heard a pin drop. I'll be leaving now. I'm no longer welcome here. But just thought you should know that when people start about welfare mothers, you need to take a real long, hard look in the mirror. Because I know way too many people who've done that shit and dumped on their parents, just dumped their parents off like you dump a cat or a dog off at the pound. I thought I could take care of this animal, but now that it's grown, now that it needs food and vet care, and I'm going to bring it back to the pound. Hello. Alrighty, so that was Leo. We're on Cancer now. One little tangent there. Sorry, guys. Flew off the handle. That makes me crazy. I just go crazy with that shit. The only exception I can honestly say And my grandmother, who I took care of in my home with hospice, said to me, Laura Ann, if I ever have dementia, if I'm ever full-blown Alzheimer's, please put me in a home. Please don't let the children, my kids were so little. Please don't let the kids see me like that. Please don't do this to yourself. I'm begging you. Put me in a home, visit me, make sure I'm clean, and make sure there are no rodents. She was terribly afraid of mice or anything, bugs crawling on her. Please make sure it's clean. Make sure I'm being taken care of. Make sure there's no bed sores. Make sure I'm not dirty. But just please don't have me in your home. Don't do that. If I'm out of my mind, I don't know who you are, put me in a home. So I'm not saying people who really, that is very difficult. That is, because I have to tell you, I'm not going to go on, but you know what I'm talking about. So there you go. That is a level of care that most people, you basically have to tie someone to the bed or lock them in their room because they wander, they fall down the stairs. I'm not talking about that, okay? Please know that. All right, so Cancer. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. We have the 4 of Coins, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the 6 of Swords reversed. Oh, this is kind of a simple one. All right, Cancer. So, I mean, I love the 7 of Pentacles. That's hard work paying off. I love the 4 of Wands. That's happiness under the roof. That's happy cohabitation. Okay. Page of Pentacles reversed. 4 of Wands. I want to say this is like looking at security, and risk. Okay. So it's like saying everything is fine the way I am. I've got all my needs being met. I'm making enough money. I like where I am. If I want more, like let's say I want a bigger house, well then I've got to make more money and all my expenses go up as well. If I take on this bigger job, I have less time to be home. And it's like that kind of balance, like, okay, I have everything I need. Do I want to grow now or do I want to wait? Is this the timing is right for this? Is the extra work and time going to be worth the financial payoff? I had a reading like this earlier this week. It's like, are they seeing them offering you a promotion, but the money isn't there? They're not going to offer it. Just no, for the amount of work I'll have to do for that promotion, I'm not going to make that much more money. Really, not that much more money at all. Like, then don't take it. Because honestly, if you're only going to be a matter of less than $100 in your paycheck, and you're making enough money now, why take it? Why put yourself out? Why put all that extra effort in if it's not the payoff? You know? And in one of the cases, it was getting education, going from I want to say a CNA to an LPN, or making it, and it's like it's really not going to make that much of a difference, or an LPN to the next level. A lot more schooling, time, energy away from the kids, away from home, doing it, and not for that much more money. So it's like I've got a good job now. So that's what I'm seeing for Cancer. It's kind of like status quo is okay right now. I'm okay right now. A good example is my own son. I told you earlier, my son, who's changing his major. He's dropping. He's going undeclared right now. But you know what? He's fine. He's fine. He's in his dorm. The scholarship is still there for him. He's still playing baseball. Everything is fine. And it's just, I know I don't want to go that direction right now, but I'm okay. I'm not going to make any big changes right now. I'm good just the way I am for now. That's what I'm seeing for Cancer. It's okay right now. The other thing I've been talking about a lot is the importance and value of security. Given the way the economy is going, given the fact that we're looking at layoffs, if your job is secure, even if you're bored, even if you're like, maybe just stick with it for like the next 6 months. Just the next 6 months, get through this difficult energy time. If you live in a cold weather state, the fueling cost, just get through this. Get through this time right now. See what happens in the spring. For a lot of people, things change dramatically come February, March, okay? It's a big shift time for a lot of people. All right, Gemini. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Strength reversed, the Star reversed. We have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Two of Swords. Ugh. Well, the Two of Pentacles is juggling money, okay? Strength reversed, Star reversed. Damn. Queen of Wands reversed. King of Pentacles. Rock in a hard place. This is a little different than Cancer, because here I'm seeing like there's not quite enough. It's a juggling act we're doing here. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands reversed. Star reversed, Strength reversed. I want to say it's like, on one hand, there's some measure of security. And the image I have in my head is like getting ready for winter in the olden days, where you're canning and you're smoking your meat and you're getting everything ready and you're looking, you're like, do I have enough to get through the lean times? Do I have enough wood stacked to get me through the winter? And it looks like, man, that is right on that edge there. You are on that edge of, boy, one more big expense and we're in big trouble. You know, one more problem. I don't know if someone's been sick, Gemini, but this idea of bad luck. Someone working themselves to death. This Queen of Wands next to that Strength reverse, Star reverse. Somebody is working themselves to death. Somebody who's burning the candle at both ends. That's here. And it's like rock in a hard, but you can't not work. You can't go on one income here. If it is one person, I'm going to say there's job security, but it's making just enough. It's not like you're comfortable, everything's okay. Like I said, with Cancer, you're okay, this is where you're just on that line. You know, you're just making enough, you just got enough. And it isn't easy. I'll throw another card here. Nine of Pentacles reversed. That's hard work not paying off, or money not coming in the way you thought. Putting a lot of effort and energy, and it's not flowing the way you thought it would flow, Gemini. It's not flowing the way it needs to flow. And it's rock in a hard place. Do you say, okay, you know, you're working yourself to death, the money isn't there, quit the job and look for another job? You know, that's, you could, and then hope the job comes through. Do you stay where you are? And there, you know, there's, you know, security, it looks like, but that's all there is security. The other things aren't in place. And really, when I look at the Strength reversed and the Star reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, that to me is someone who's working themselves to death, literally, and not for enough money that it's worth working yourself to death over. It could also be working like two jobs to try, you know, because you need two jobs to make ends meet. And again, that rock in a hard place, it's like you can't burn the candle on both ends indefinitely. High Priestess. Well, I like that for Gemini. Because it says, you know, this isn't something you can answer logically. It's going to be something you handle intuitively. This is a very intuitive sort of a, if you're getting visions of somebody getting really sick, if someone is telling you, I feel like I'm going to be getting sick, honor that, because they're telling the truth. You know, it's when you let yourself run down, that's when you do get sick. You know, that's when you do catch something that's going around. I don't see financial failure here. I just see it being played really close to the edge, and something has to be done. Okay? All right, Taurus. Taurus, we have the Three of Cups, Death reversed, King of Wands reversed, the Hangman, the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords. Wow, covered all the rounds there, huh? Pretty cool. All right, Everybody is still online there, right? No one's made any comments. Either they're stunned by something I said, or everyone's offline. I'm going to hope that no one's offline. Please, just shoot me a little hello. Let me know you're there, okay, guys? Because no one has said or commented anything for a while. Okay, thank you, Facebook. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so Taurus, I'm looking at the Three of Cups. Love that card. It's celebration. Death reversed is you ending something. King of Wands reversed. Ending one thing and going full steam ahead in another direction. Thank you, Deb. Hey, Pam. Okay, so Taurus, I want to say the possibility if you graduated, you're done with school and you're moving on to work. If you're saying I'm finished with this, it doesn't feel emotional. There's no emotional. It's a celebration. Death reversed. It's you ending something. You're putting something. This is done with this, and I'm going full. If you were balancing a couple different jobs, if you had a couple different ideas in your head, you're picking one now. You're picking one idea, and now all the energy into one, which I love. That's really how you jack of all trades, master of none. Well, this is Taurus picking their one. Hangman, delayed gratification. If it was about school, well, here you go. You put it off, and now you're ready to launch. The Eight of Cups is leaving home. The idea of leaving home, that launch again, that new endeavors, that new is a cup card. It's very emotional, but it feels like I'm walking through this door, and this is the one I've chosen. If you were looking at like 3 different jobs, well, this one's not going to work. This one's not going to work. This one's going to work. So it really is making that decision that you've held off on and you've been very guarded about. You don't want to make the wrong move, and you're not going to make the wrong move. You're making the right move. I like it. I'm looking at you celebrating a decision that you've made definitively. It's a definitive decision, okay? And it's been one of those things. It's delayed gratification. You've had to work for it. You've had to wait for it. But damn it, that your time is now. Your time is now, Taurus. All right? I love that. I love that for you. So like I said, again, it's about new roads, new paths, new opportunities. Love all that. Yeah, I ran out of cards because I threw all those indicator cards there. And so let me just shuffle a little bit for Aries. So we're at Aries, long last. See, it's 11:41. Yeah, we've been at this now for about 2 hours, like I said. Looking at relationships, because it came up quite a bit this week, is that, there's things that everyone has their line in the sand. Everyone has something that they will not tolerate, that they cannot, like you cheat once, you're done. Okay? For some people, it's you lie once, you're done. By catching a lie, you're done. Others, it's, a little more fuzzy. Some people aren't so defined about it. There are some situations, though, like if you want children and you're with someone who says, I absolutely do not want children, there's no middle ground on that one. You know what I mean? There's really not. Either if you want children and then someone doesn't, or vice versa, you gotta set them free. Go get what you need. You're not gonna get it from me, right? But in other cases, relationships, they can be negotiated. A real partnership can be negotiated. So, I hear it all the time. People, especially people going to retirement, thinking about their retirement plans. And you got someone who wants to be in Florida, and the other person's like, I will die, I will melt, I can't be in Florida. I want to go north. I want to retire to New Hampshire. Well, that's a tough one, New Hampshire, Florida. But I think every person who's been married for 40 years, have been through hard times, good times, raised the kids, get ready for retirement. Well, that's it. You better get divorced because, it's either Florida or it's New Hampshire. So there you go. Guess you got to split up. That's ridiculous. Of course you don't have to split up. There's all kinds of ways around that. There's all kinds of negotiations around something like that for 2 people that have stuck it out and who care about each other. Regardless of what the marriage is, if you care about each other and you've created something, so maybe you get a winter place and you snowbird in Florida. You know, you get the tax write-off of being in Florida. That's your primary residence, but you spend the summer and the spring and the part of the fall up north. You know, and the really really cold awful, then you're down in Florida. Maybe you compromise that way. You know, there's all sorts, or you find something in the middle there. It doesn't have to be Florida or New Hampshire. Maybe there's some middle ground there. And a lot of times in the readings, I'll say, you know, have you tried counseling? One thing that's fun, and I just suggested earlier today, so something to think about. Sounds silly, but who remembers the Cosmo magazine? And they used to have these quizzes, the Cosmo quizzes. Back in the 80s, I was a big Cosmo girl. I love my Cosmopolitan magazine. And they always had the quizzes. You know, what kind of lover are you? And what's your ideal man? Or what's your ideal relationship? And all the quizzes, right? And you took those with your partner, you took them with your boyfriend, whatever. And but there is a quiz. It's right online. You can just pull it right up. It's the love language. Deb is like, yep. Go to North Carolina. See, we are problem solving for imaginary couple here. But anyway, there is a quiz that you can consider taking with a partner that is fun. It's called the love language quiz. Oh my God, that's so funny. Lou is saying, funny you're talking about this. My husband and I are in Florida. He wants Maine. I want North Carolina. That is funny. Maine is drawing me too. I'm going to tell you, Lou, I am a California girl, and I love the heat and the warmth and the sun, and Maine has been calling me hard. I'm not sure what's going on, but Maine is calling me hard. I'm thinking a little A-frame there in the woods looking over the ocean somehow. I'm looking at that. We'll see. But anyways, internet, the love language quiz. And there are 7 different love languages. And I'm no expert. I haven't even taken the quiz, but there's 7 different love languages. And basically, you express in your love language what you want. Okay, Sandra, A-frame. Oh man. Okay, everyone's talking. I'm sorry, I get distracted. So I can't look at I take my glasses off so I can't see the comments. That's what I usually do. So anyways, love languages. You express your love language the way you want to receive love. So you might be a gift giver. If that's how you express your love, is you give thoughtful little gifts, big gifts, little gifts. I saw you, I thought of this. That's how you express. You would love to get a gift back, you know. But maybe your partner is a service provider. So the way they show love is by taking care of you, you know. Oh, I packed your lunch, or hey, you know, you almost forgot your medicine, you know, here's your pills, you know, make sure you take them, or you know what, I got you, honey, get up, it's time for work. There's all different ways to say I love you, right? And sometimes taking care of someone, that's a very Virgo thing too, but taking care of someone, being in service. For other people, it's affection. They don't say it, but they show it. You know, some people need to hear the words, I love you, I miss you, I want you, I need you. Ugh, for me, that's like, oh, you know, but nice, huh? Nice, that's nice. A little TMI for Laura. But anyway, but the idea of showing it, the person who hugs you when you're, you know, working at the sink, or, you know, they put their arm around you, or when they hold your hand at the dinner table, or out at the restaurant, you know, that person who, you know, physically make sure they're touching you, your legs are touching, you know, just that sort of, I need to be near you because you're my person. So, you know, there's all different ways of saying I love you. And so it can be a really cool thing to think about taking it. The love languages quiz, it's right. You type it in the search bar, you're going to pull it right up. I just did it today for somebody. And that could be fun. So maybe think about doing that if you're kind of in that place in your relationship, like, you know, get a little stale, or, you know, just like a little more insight. Hey, let's do this together. Let's see, you know, it could be fun. So that's the thought. God, horrible face I made. I saw myself. I'm looking at them like, wow, Laura. Yeah, I'm one of those people, you start writing me love poems, I'm probably out the door. You start sending me weird songs and telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, bye-bye. Anywho. Okay. Aries, the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Cups reversed, the Five of Swords, oh my God, Temperance reversed, Seven of Cups reversed. Damn. So this is disappointed Aries. Disappointed Aries with their guard up. The Nine of Swords, guard up. The Five of Swords, guard up. Standing my ground. This is my line in the sand. Disappointed. Five of Cups. Queen of Cups reversed. This has been sad. This is hard for me. Temperance reversed. Out of balance. What's saving you? Logic. The Seven of Cups is logic, thought. No disillusionment here. Okay, so I see what I got to work with. All right. Okay, so this is what it's come down to. Okay, well, am I happy? No, I can't say I'm happy. Do I like my options? I don't like my options. But this is where it is. This is what it is. So this is exactly what I'm willing to do and exactly what I'm willing to give you. Plain and simple. No disillusionment, no false, nope. If we're talking about a relationship, okay, we're saying, okay, you know what? You're saying that you have to have this. Well, this is what I'm willing to do for you. Okay? If it's a business situation, if it's a work situation, okay, you want me to do these things? I got it. I will do those things to keep my job and nothing more. And this is what I'll be paid, and this is where it stands. No, Deb, but it really is about, here's my line, my guard is up, I'm very disappointed, it's not what I wanted, this is not what I thought, okay, but here we are, and yet, here we are. Okay, let's negotiate. Queen of Pentacles, bottom line, man, bottom line, it's the money. Okay, and I always say, if you can't have love, I want money. If the relationship isn't going to work out, we're gonna if the job isn't what I hoped it would be, or this is okay. So you got me in this job, bait and switch, big bait and switch. This is a big bait and switch read, by the way. Okay. Thought it was gonna be this way. Look at you, fooled me. I'm disappointed. But as long as I'm here, you will pay me. As long as I'm in this situation, I'm gonna have financial security out of it. All right. We're just going to get down to brass tacks, and it's purely logic and dry, very dry. Okay? So in a way, new road, new path, but Aries is negotiating a very hard line. Okay? When I look at those cards, what I think is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that's no shame on me. Aries is saying, oh no, we're not playing that game a second time. All right, that's what I'm seeing, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Here, oh boy, I wish I had. Well, listen, again, new moon. Think about an abundance check. Think about what you want, what you need a fresh start, what new road do you need to go down. Look at where the Sagittarius moon is hitting your chart. I can tell you, for me, it's my 5th house, and my 5th house is wonderful. It's where my moon is located. My moon, it happens to be in Sag, but where is your Sag in your chart? 5th house, house of romance, fun, hobbies, really nice fresh start, new start. It's a great place, actually. I gotta say, I'm very pleased with that. If I was gonna put that new moon anywhere, I would love to have it in my 5th house. All right. So you're welcome, Sandra. All right, guys, everyone, behave yourselves, and let's start getting ready for the holidays. All right. I guess I will talk to you after Thanksgiving. So have a great holiday. Thank you, Deb, and everyone. Good night. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Oh, here we go. Bye, guys.